Today is the 13th day of the 21 days of fasting, the year of the full house. And today's theme is the end of the good and the beginning of the extraordinary. Miracles of provision catapult us to what is before us. For our understanding, I wanted to talk about the miracle of the transformation of water into wine. The good can end. This wedding celebration points to so many areas and moments of our life that no matter how good they are, they have ended or will end. What does the good have to do with the end? For the good is the work of man, while the supernatural is the work of God. The good is what you can do with your intelligence, your expertise, but the supernatural is what man cannot do. It is something that only God can do. When the good ends, we need to be grounded in the Word of God. Jesus' natural mother told them to do whatever he asked. When Jesus spoke to the servants, he said to them, "Fill the hoist with water. Whenever the good ends, turn to the Word of God." Jesus said to them, "Fill the hoist with water," and they filled them completely. John 2:7. If you look at Joseph from Egypt, you realize that when he was saved from the well and taken to Potiphar's house, he was very good. But the point is that good, it's not enough. God's purpose can only be fulfilled with the supernatural. What was good in Potiphar's house ended, and Joseph temporarily had to go through a complicated situation, such as going to prison. But it is how he persisted in believing in God at the darkest moment of his life that qualified him to sit on the throne of Egypt. In one day, he went from prisoner to prime minister of all Egypt. There are many times when you live the good, but in others the good ends, and it is a phase of seeking more intensely. Simply remain, even without knowing what is happening. Those men, they listened to Jesus and poured water on the hoists. They took the wine from them and still brought it to the master room. All of this without knowing anything about what was happening, because they had never seen water turn into wine. Joseph remained faithful in prison, believing even without knowing what was happening. Years later, he said he understood God's plan when he met with his brothers. Until then, he only remained, even without knowing anything. The best wine is extraordinary and not just good. And when the chamberlain had tasted the water that was made wine, he called the bridegroom and said, "Everyone puts the good wine first, but here they are pouring the good wine first." When the good ends, Jesus takes action and the extraordinary manifests. Elijah was a great prophet, a man of God. When he prophesied that it would not rain for 3.5 years, it actually happened. When the rain stopped, he was directed by God to a good, comfortable, stable place. That widow was in a critical situation, waiting for her remaining food to run out and they would die. But once the good of Elijah was over, he went to her with the extraordinary, and through the faith of the widow, both she and Elijah were sustained